Hey everyone, this is Dot 3 here, aka Porter Bernie. Sorry, I've got multiple channels, some of them dead, some of them I was really trying and died. I'm having like really bad sinus drainage, just so people at school aren't concerned or anything. Trying to get better with some tea. I like Edgar Allan Poe. For one of my friends who keeps asking me to release some of my sketches, I am going to try. I just got to look down a very certain video cable because the screen on my emulation PC, which is what all those are on, is dead. I mean, the screen, I accidentally broke the screen. Accidentally stepped on it, broke the screen. The computer still works. Just need the cable, and then I'm able to route it up to an external monitor, and we'll be golden. But the topic of today's video is Sonic. That is very backwards. But yeah, we're going to be talking about Snog, the fast, edgy blue hedgehog. Yeah, let's get into this. Grab some tea or whatever the hell your beverage of choice is. I drink both tea and coffee, so I'm just kind of in the tea mood, seeing if it helps all. But yeah, I could barely talk this morning. So, let's get into the video. Okay, we're back. I might do some intro things, or there's just going to be a very awkward silence there. If you hear humming in the background, it's because something's doing the big suck to the neighbor's house. Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about the Snog Sonic games. I'm going to be touching on all the ones that I've played and giving my 2 cents on it. I know this has been done to death, but I'm going to be including Sonic Frontiers. I have yet to beat it. I'm working on that. But if you don't want spoilers for it, I suggest I'll give like a heads up so y'all know that, hey, spoilers. But I've only gone up to the 3rd section, so if you've gone up to that section or past that section, you're in the clear. So we're gonna be starting with this Snog, although the first one. Okay, so Sonic 1. It's not bad. It's just okay. I know, controversial opinion. Kill me. Oh no, someone on the internet has a different opinion than I do. Get the shotgun. So, yeah. It starts off really strong, and it's a really good start. But yeah, it definitely was having growing pains. They didn't really know how to handle the speed of Sonic, so there was a speed cap. Which makes it kind of slower, and a lot of the levels are much more platform-based than speed platforming-based, which is a big gripe I have. But, you know, stuff like Spring Yard, Green Hill Zone, that other one that comes before Scrap Brain, those are all fairly good, fast levels. Primarily Green Hill Zone is what basically every level should have been like. But then they slow it way down with Marble. I said, it's just marble, not Marble Hills, not Marble Gardens, just marble. But yeah. Of course it's in the Wii. I don't like the disc on it. It's cute. Okay, so now we're on Sonic 2. One of my personal favorites. Because I actually played Sonic 1, 2, and Knuckles, 3D Blast. Basically everything on here except for 3. Yeah, I do quite enjoy 2. It is miles ahead of Sonic, the first Sonic the Hedgehog game. It's much better. It's faster. It's got 2-player, simultaneous. Hedgehog goes zoom zoom, which is always good. And but it's just got a big shit stain on it. Being Metropolis Zone sucks. It's awful. It's one of the worst. I gotta sneeze. But yeah, I mean, I enjoy it. Sonic 3, which is one of the whole reasons why I'm making this video. I'm currently replaying through it because it is by far one of my favorites, but not my favorite. That's Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which, yes, I know, it's just Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles put together, but it's a lot better, and I shall be referring to... When I say Sonic 3, I'm referring to Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but I'm just going to get, just based alone Sonic 3 out of the way first. It's good. It's kind of a downgrade from the second one, which the second one has more levels. Instead of 6, it's got the same amount as the first one. But it's just really good. Okay, now on to Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Now Sonic and Knuckles, which is by far the one I have more nostalgia towards, since it's one that if you get it, that's the one that's going to be re-released. Because there's a lot of legal controversy around the third game, because, Michael Jackson and his team worked on it, and I'm not going to get into detail on that. He just did the music for the game. Brad Buxer did Ice Cap, which was just a Sega Genesis version of Hard Times. Which is by far probably one of my just probably by far one of my favorite tunes. I like Hard Times and Ice Cap. If you like one, you kind of have to like the other. And you will like the other because identical vocals. Sorry, there's just a slight delay, so yeah. Okay. One. It's like a second. It's like half a second delay. But yeah, it's good. I like it. Sonic Knuckles is... I just have nostalgia for it. I've beaten it. It was fun. Okay, now let's get on to the real juicy bit here. When you take Sonic and Knuckles and you attach it to the ass of Sonic 3. You go, get the best 2D Sonic game by far. Oh yeah, it's like Sonic Mania, but I lended that out to a friend, so I don't have the case for it. But I do have Sonic Mania, so I will also be touching up on that. I love Sonic Mania, it's fun. Yeah, with Sonic, what is there else to say? I mean, Sonic 3 is one of the best Sonic games ever made. It gets so much right. It manages to keep things interesting. It's fun, entertaining. I'm sorry, I get sleepy. I'm trying to take a nap after this. It's Sonic and spawned memes like T and Knuckles. Sonic 3 and Knuckles 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 and Knuckles. But yeah, what's that tower cost? T. But yeah, I enjoy Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It's fun. You got Sonic Mania and Knuckles, which definitely does make it feel like a classic Sonic game. Although it was fairly obviously based off of the hardware of the Saturn. Yeah. Just a good game. It's fun. I don't know. I don't really have a lot. Anyways, on to Sonic 4 Part 2. Because Part 1 costs money. Can't get past the second level. Sonic 4 Part 2 is not bad. But it's not good either. It's just okay. It shouldn't be called Sonic 4. It's a piece of shit if you compare it to the Genesis titles. It's a broken piece of shit. Momentum's not right. The homing attack is in it. And you have to use it in order to progress. Yay! But yeah, it's just okay. It's a piece of shit compared to the Genesis ones. Okay. On to Frontiers. Absolutely love this case. It's for the disc version. I don't actually have that. I have the Switch. My brother bought it. Came with this as well, which is pretty damn cool. So yeah, it goes in with all the other disc cases. But Sonic Frontiers is by far one of my favorite. Oh yeah, that's right. I completely skipped over Sonic Adventure 1 because I've only played the first one. It's really good. It was a solid transition to 3D. Fuck Big the Cat. He should have never turned in forces. Oh yeah, he returns in forces. Yeah, I like it. It's fun. It's good. Sonic Frontiers. Now on Sonic Frontiers, so stop watching the video if you haven't played it yet. Holy moly, it's really good, really good. It is by far one of my favorite 3D Sonic games. Oh yeah, I completely skipped over Mania. Mania definitely isn't as good as 3 Knuckles. There was a lot holding it back from being what it could have been. I played a little bit of Sonic Generations, that's good as well. But Sonic Frontiers is on a whole new level. It takes the exploration of the hub worlds and Sonic Adventure 1 and just makes a whole game out of that. I mean, yeah, there are your boost stages and your 2D stages. The 2D sucks. I hate it. It has the homing attack, which... Why? Why would he do that? Why would he put the homing attack in the 2D sections? I mean, yeah, I can understand it with the bits in the hub world to go into 2D. That's acceptable. But in a level that's purely 2D, why? It kind of reminds me at times of a Sonic 4, which is bad, but not all the levels that are in 3D are good either. There are a few that are really good. They feel like Sonic Adventure levels. Yeah, Sonic Frontiers is just overall, if you take away the 3D hub world, it's better than Forces by long shots, but it's not as good as Sonic Adventure. But the moment you add in that hub world, oh boy, you get something special. It is one of the best Sonic games we've gotten in a long time, since Mania, which was 2017. So I guess not really that long time, but definitely 3D. We haven't had a really good 3D game since like Colors. And still, even then, that was pretty linear. This has incredibly linear sections. You know, that's just kind of Sonic's way. It's very linear, but this is open world, and it doesn't feel all too linear, and it just kind of works. I mean, I give it credit where credit is due. It is trying to be something. Unlike anything from, since the boost formula was introduced, it's all just kind of been the rehashed. It's definitely much better than Forces, which doesn't have much character. Its storyline is very dark and very gritty, but then the cutscenes that go along, like, apparently Sonic has been assumedly been tortured, and then, you know, it's just like, oh, hey, I'm perfectly fine. Yeah. I still gotta play Forces, and I've heard it's very easy, it just kind of plays itself. Which is not something you want from a Sonic game. Yes, in certain sections in Sonic 3, it just kind of plays itself. But then that's immediately followed up by a section where you have full control. And those sections where it just kind of plays itself, it's very short. From gameplay clips of Sonic Forces I've seen, the whole game, it just kind of plays itself. It's just hold button, mash button here. Doo-doo, you won. Sonic Frontiers it's really good. It's just stupidly good. It's fun. It's new. It's exciting. Uh, its storyline is very dark and gritty. Tails crashes another plane. To be honest, he's crashed the tornado like a lot, and at this point, I'm afraid to ask how many times. Me and one of my friends tried to get the answer to that by looking it up on YouTube, and the Sonic fandom is just weird. But he's crashed that plane like a lot. The first time he did it, it wasn't his fault. He was shot down. Second time, yeah, he was also shot down. No. He was trying out an experimental fuel source, so he just skill issue. The other time he was shot down. Yeah, he's been shot down a lot. How many times has he? Yeah. This time it's a skill issue. Things are just messing with the electronics. He's smart. I also don't like where Sonic is standing on the plane. It's like, no! Make it easy on the fox! Just move over to the center. No, be over here, be over here. I know this makes a very minor difference, but just try and keep the center of mass. Oh, look at there, I got tea. That was actually pretty good though. I'm like making it really enough glass. But yeah, Sonic Frontiers is just amazing. When you get into the actual like levels themselves, like the levels outside the hub world, it's mediocre. It's like literally any other Sonic game. Isn't a compliment. The hub world takes us out of the mediocre and into great. It's a really good game, but it's definitely not on the same level as Sonic Adventure. It is definitely has its problems, but we should praise it. We should praise it. It is definitely a lot better than the stuff we have been getting. Like, we need to point out its problems, yeah, definitely, in order for like the next game to be better. But 2D sections and a lot of the 3D levels, they just kind of feel uninspired. It's only like 4 levels. Yes, I know. I'll put up 3. I like to correct it. No, I need to put down in the comments. But Sonic it's Green Hill, Chemical Plant, Sky Sanctuary, which is a very interesting choice. And like Speed Highway. But yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot of originality. Like, I understand they gotta pad it out a lot more, but the themes are very repetitive. The levels themselves really aren't. They're really good levels. They're not repetitive in any way, except for maybe some bits in Green Hill. There's like 1 or 2 levels that are kind of the same-ish. But yet again, we kind of expect Green Hill. I somewhat expect Chemical Plant. But not Sky Sanctuary or Speed Highway. Those are 2 that were kind of a shock to me. Like, you know, I was kind of confused because I thought that the first level was Sky Sanctuary, but no, it was the second. But still, that was a weird choice to say the least. Uh, but yeah, I mean, Sonic Frontiers it's really good. I would definitely recommend picking it up. Looks amazing. All the cutscenes are done, not pre-recorded. They're done in engine, and thus sometimes they can look kind of like crap. But there's a fairly easy update they can do to fix that. Just have it to where like the area around Sonic stays loaded in with the high graphic textures and what the camera's panning over. You know, have loading times, like have the area which, you know, has the high graphic textures a bit bigger because Sonic moves fast. You just can't, you know, do this like any other 3D game. You kind of have to, you know, think ahead. Like the stuff in front of Sonic, it needs to be a big cone because you can get from one side of the map to the other in like a few minutes. The second level's huge. The second hub area, oh, excuse me, is absolutely massive. There's so much to do, and I didn't fully complete it.
Stony Point Metal Works.
Really fun. And, yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it is by far one of the better Sonic games we have gotten.
I got my turkeys. And
The box art on this
according
looks
to the internet,
amazing.
it's going to take like 5 days
This also
to
looks
thaw.
really good.
In the refrigerator.
It's definitely like a big reboot. Boss fights are really good. They don't get bland at all, although they are kind of repetitive since you fight them over and over again. And there are some glitches, yet again, that's to be expected
I mean, it's like,
from any game.
I think it'll be thawed.
But there's no game-breaking glitches I've come across. Just, oh, look at this, and this one boss fight you flip through an arm.
I'll holler at you later.
Kind of funny. Funny. But yeah, I haven't clipped through the ground at all. The camera. The camera is something that's kind of difficult to do in a Sonic game, since you want it to lock on enemies, but you don't want that being a set, hard lock. You want to be able to move that camera off of it. And there's this one boss in the third area of Sonic Frontiers, where when you go into its loading area, you know, it does the thing, but then it locks onto it and you can't move. It makes it difficult to traverse, which shouldn't happen. You should be able to unlock from it. Yeah, I mean, that's my review on basically every Sonic game main series Sonic game I've played. I like Sonic. I don't know how to end this. Yes, at the 30-minute mark. Oh wait, no, that's quite far away. But yeah, Sonic Frontiers is definitely one of the better 3D Sonic games. It referenced Sonic Sonic Adventure, not just with Big, but with I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, this is basically my synopsis of it. Tails crash planes into Metaverse Island. They're now Sonic. Now Tails Amy and Knuckles are now stuck in a metaverse limbo. Mark Zuckerberg is like, they got him trapped. He's got him trapped, and so Sonic is able to freely enter and exit the metaverse. And there's this weird girl, which refers to Eggman as it's her father, and it's weird. Anytime there's a human in Sonic, it's weird. Except for Eggman. Still, he's pretty weird. So I guess my original statement still stands. And so Sonic goes into big tower to enter the metaverse. He enters and leaves it, and he's slowly then slowly the metaverse is absorbing him, or he's slowly absorbing the metaverse. And so Eggman is also trapped in the metaverse, but not in like metaverse limbo. He's like stuck in the metaverse. And Metaverse Girl is trying to get Eggman out of the metaverse. And the Cocos kind of remind me of Chaos. Sonic into the metaverse. Okay, I'm just gonna end on that note.